Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you guys are new here, my name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. And y'all know we're here to put you on, and we are back to talk Mary J. Blige's Family Affair, aired on Lifetime. But I'm not here to do it alone, and we're not just going to talk about one of these movies because it was a trilogy, right? So we got to go back. And in honor of Mary, okay, we both chose Mary looks and decided to come out, and give a little bit of cosplay. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm not here alone. Let's bring out Tyra over at the Struggle Reviews TV. How are you doing, Mary? How you doing, Mary?
Was that the job when no one else was there? Hey, Ashley. At 11 years, I sacrificed, and you just leave me at the drop of a dime. Hey,
Listen,
y'all.
listen. How are you doing today? And are you ready to dive on into the family affair?
I am. I think it's really heavy these days to get a love story in any facet, a black one. So when we get a trilogy, I'm gonna pop out and support it. You know what I mean?
Okay, I know that's right. And I was like, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. But first, let's see the look, honey, that Tyra modeled her
Oh, child,
her
I did.
appearance on this evening.
I
And let me
did.
take me down.
Child, I did. Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce. I'm playing y'all.
But she delivered.
Mary went in on that Burger King commercial.
Listen, and
Tasty flour tortilla, crispy chicken. Oh,
no,
okay.
you know what? You know what? You know what? It's okay. We get into
I
it.
don't know.
And
Ooh, Jesus.
And of course, and let me bring over here my look for tonight. Because we just did a little something. This was spur of the moment. We came up with this last night. So we said, let's put on just a little bit, a little bit. But you guys, we are going to dive right in. But first, listen, we're not just going to be talking about these movies because while I enjoyed them personally, I thought it was a good watch, a good old TV movie watch. Like I missed these kind of watches that we used to get back in
Mhm.
the day. We are going to be playing a couple of games throughout this, okay? A couple of games that go along with each segment. And the first one I want to know is about being toxic AF, okay? And so throughout the evening, we are going to be talking about toxic movie or TV couples. And I want you guys to vote in the chat. And of course, me and Tyra are going to give our takes and opinions on this. But first, toxic AF couples, okay, versus we have Darius and Nina from Love Jones
Mhm.
or Quincy and Monica from Love and Basketball. I want to know in the chat. Tell me immediately how you guys are feeling and who's the most toxic. I'm going to start with you, Tyra, because I know both of these movies are over there on the Struggle Reviews channel. Go check out the reviews,
They
y'all.
are. Oh Lord, these old y'all. These struggle reviews old on there. Girl, you already know it's gonna be cute over there because what you're not gonna do is only love me and talk to me when my hair did, okay? What you're not gonna do is only love on me and talk to me when I got on. Damn girl, I ain't know Nike made dresses. They never made dresses, ho. What you're not gonna do is just roll up to my bedroom window when I'm looking kind of good. Like I'm gonna go over there. Like what, you're not gonna play in my face after you took my virginity, sir. Because Ebony, cousin Ebony, I just came to dance. Had a little time for you. Like Q was extremely selfish. Even though
Mhm.
both of these are extremely, romantic, black love, it's so much to love about them. And, they grow together in the movie all the way from childhood. But the way that Q was playing in her face for a minute, I just couldn't. And just the gaslighting in the movie, it makes it feels like it's low key Monica's fault because she didn't sacrifice at that moment and she internalized
Mhm.
it. And I can't just rock with that, baby. She was focusing. If she had stayed, she wouldn't be starting. Like, hello.
We'll tell the people, friend. Tell the people. I'm gonna go because I'm not gonna play nothing for your heart. If you ain't gonna give me your heart of your own free will and volition, there is nothing I can do about that, sir. No basketball, no damn Tyra Banks, none of that. I don't give a damn. I don't care that much personally, and you not finna take me down through there. I'm a professional athlete as well, sir. I don't need this. I don't need this drama, and I don't need you. Darius and Nina, though, on the I don't know, they was already grown, so I don't have too much to put on it with
Yeah.
Nina or Darius. You know what I mean? But Quincy, I feel like that was her first everything. Like
Hmm.
ugh, I think he took her down through there, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And as we dive in, because we're going to just get into the slides of it all, I want, of course, you guys know that Lifetime did three movies: Real Love, Strength of a Woman, Family Affair, which follows Ben and Kendra from when they meet in college to later on when they get married and are trying to build a life together. And we had to go back and talk about all of them. Okay, Mary J. Blige executive produced two new Lifetime movies. Well, now three, inspired by two of her biggest hits, three of her biggest hits actually: Real Love, Strength of a Woman, and Family Affair. John Davis and Jordan Davis of Davis Entertainment executive produced. Cameron Johnson directs Real Love, and the script was written by Sonia Warfield and Rachel Ingram. Rachel Ingram had her hand in all of them, and I'm going to say kudos to you for giving us a fairly non-toxic Black love story, because I'm gonna say it was fairly non-toxic, right? Uh, and of course, the cast includes my man, Da Vinci, just being as fine as he wants to be. Ajana Alexis, which y'all know if you watch. Dang, she was in BMF, right? Uh,
Hmm.
and what 13 Reasons Why, Empire. I didn't watch enough of Empire to see her over there. We had Princess Davis as the lowdown Terry, Kenya Jordan as Ashley. Y'all see the rest of it. But before we get into the first movie, I want to know from you, Tyra, for all three, for this entire series, what are your overall thoughts?
I thought it was cute. Like this is cute. I could see I feel like it's rare that this generation has their like not more so Love and Basketball because those movies are epic, but you remember like made for TV, like What About Your Friends type moments. We don't really, have any of those type of situations anymore, and I feel like this is that. I like that we have new faces here. Even I ain't been over there in them BMF streets, so I'm not as familiar with Da Vinci. But just getting into these actors that are coming up, I love a fresh face. We love a Gabrielle, Megan Good, Justice Smooth. We love, but get a young babies a chance. Get the young actors coming up a chance. I liked it. I think they work well with their budget. You can tell when a film is working on a modest budget. We can get into the 90s a little bit. We can, but not too much because copyright. We ain't got the coin for that. We're gonna get y'all a little bit of Mary and we're gonna take it right back. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was here for that. And even with their story, I think there were moments here where I was surprised. I can say with this latest one, I was surprised because the way that help would have got out of my face, best friend or not, you got to go. Yeah.
Yeah, because ain't no way.
If anything can surprise me with the way that the story's going, that's always a good thing. But yeah, I'm here for it. Like I kind of enjoyed watching. And I'm a horror watcher. I'm a horror critic. I wanted to know where their story was going to end up.
And that's a good sign. Like that's a good sign for any movie, honey. Because if Tyra says she was invested and wanted to see what happened over there with Kendra and Ben, that means that they was cooking with something. I like that. Like I said, it wasn't really conventional. It didn't really go in the directions you thought it was gonna go. I
Yeah.
loved it that she wasn't dependent on Ben to be her complete savior all of the time. I kind of liked the ebbs and flows. And I liked that she wasn't like the perfect
Yeah.
woman. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
think that Ben, at the end of the day, was a little bit more down for Kendra than Kendra was down for Ben. And I kind of liked that. I liked how the story adapted. I liked how she pursued her career. And I liked how we got to see Black people being different, different
Yeah.
characters, right? With different
Yes.
values, with different leanings. Like, I was here for all of that. But of course, as we break down each of these, we will get into it further. But we're going to start with Real Love. And we can't start Real Love without What's the 411. We can't, okay? And so I want to know from you, Tyra, and the chat, all right, from the album What's the 411, are you going with Real Love or Reminisce?
Girl, that's just such a hard question because
I
like
know.
real love is that girl, that's especially we saying it like we were there. I went out the gate. Yeah, I mean I was out the womb, but like freshly. But I feel like I was there. But even if you weren't, you know that real love was that girl, and Mary J came out and she was completely different, and we were mixing that R&B with the hip hop. And it's like, oh, she got on the backwards cap. She got on like what oh she ain't trying to be sexy with it. Is she giving B-boy B-girl? Like it's just real, it's real like ghetto fabulous, kicking it in the hood, got her boots on and everything, and her jacket, and her back was baseball cap. Like, and real love is that, like, but like, I know that we've been here before. Candlelight and you. I'm trying to. Okay. Because if you want to be cute,
Reminisce,
Love No
reminisce,
Limit was my girl. If you want to be cute with it, Love No Limit was really my girl. But just for this category, because that's what you gave, I'm gonna go with Real Love.
okay, just for the category. Yeah, I mean, I love reminisce. It's always gonna be reminisce, reminisce,
Some
reminisce.
real love
It's
we
always going to
had.
be that for me. But I love Real Love. I mean, this whole album was to me like one of the first, I think, that my mom like actually bought me of an album. And yeah, and Mary's not my favorite vocalist at all, but this was a special Mary era for
You gonna
me.
go with reminisce, Ashley?
And am.
Even like with the way
Mhm,
that the beat drops when Real Love
mhm,
comes on, it just makes you go.
mhm.
"Mm, mm, mm,
I'm over
mm,
there. I'm
mm,
going over there with
mm,
reminisce.
mm,
Everybody in the chat though is agreeing with you. Real love, real love, real love, real love, real love. Okay, no, Joshua Hughes is on my side. Okay, but reminisce all day. I think they're both hits. I think they're both hits. Dane, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Mary J
mm.
probably did these movies about her hit songs because she refused to approve a lifetime biopic of her own life. That's my guess.
Mm. Ooh, I will be here for that, Dane, because we know if loving you is all that I want to see. I want to see because Casey was pushing it.
I mean, we have to go there though. We have to go down the abuse roads and all that stuff. She's probably not ready for that. Maybe in a couple, give Mary a couple years to
Yeah.
release a biopic. But the synopsis, Mary J. Blige's Real Love follows 18-year-old Kendra as she sets off on her own for the first time at an HBCU in North Carolina. Attending on a scholarship, Kendra is determined to focus on school while balancing work study and keeping things professional with Ben, her photo class partner. Baby, he wasn't in that class originally. Ben stalked her. Let's call a thing. All right. He wasn't in that photography class. His parents was trying to make him be a lawyer. He wanted to be an
Mm.
architect. Despite disapproving parents, financial hardship, and even an unexpected pregnancy, Kendra and
Woo.
Ben find themselves falling hard for each other and ultimately learning the meaning of real love. Now that's a stretch. That's a stretch because did they learn real love then?
Let them
Even
have
when
that love,
Kendra realizes
Ashley. Let them have that love. Let them kids have that love, Ashley.
Okay. Even when Kendra realizes that in order to pursue her dream, she must leave Ben behind, it's certain that their story isn't over. Now, I'll say that that's what got me because what we're not going to do is finish off the first movie and y'all not together. Because you got old Betsy Sue over there, Prager's on a break. I didn't like it, but we'll get into it. So again, we got big dreams. We're off to school for the first time. And Kendra is that girl because the way the boys was after Big Ken on campus, she said, I'm here to
Mm.
focus. I'm here to pay this tuition, do my work study. I ain't got time for no boys. I don't have time for it. Then you see this little broke down Terry right here, girl. Because I can't even look at you after seeing all these movies. Tyra, what'd you think about Kendra's introduction to HBCU life? Was it giving you different worldties? Were you like, oh, this feels right? This feels like 90s at an HBCU?
I mean, it felt like HBCU ain't gonna go that far and go to 90s. If we're gonna go, I would need the whole shebangity bang. You know how I am about aesthetics, background, music. I would want the whole thing. But I will say they did what they had to do with the budget. I love Kendra. First of all, this young lady is beautiful. Okay, I want to start there. I
Period.
want to start there. These are some really gorgeous people here, like to just really root for. I loved it. I love that she had her own like mind made up. Like I'm here for school, but in her own way, it gradually turns into something else. But because she learns the benefits of kind of opening up and trying to experience different things. Because baby, the teacher said the photographs are giving dud. I need you to go out. What we gonna do with this lamp post? I need you to go out there and experience something. And I like the what they centered here on the college campus, and even Terry, at that point, being a good friend, letting her know that there's more to college than just working and studying.
Yeah, I wanted my good sis to focus. I was like, baby sis, focus on them books, focus on that photography and all that. But again, now we have meet cutes, and it's my man, my man, my man. All right, because it didn't take too much. All Da Vinci had to do was walk by her smelling good, and I think it was, I think it was what it was because all of the other frat guys was shooting a shot. They was like, "Oh, Kendra," and Kendra's like, "I ain't got time." Da Vinci said, "Let me hop on in this class and be your photography partner. Let me do that. Let me show you how this good game work." I actually thought his pursuit of her was very cute. It did give you kind of those '90s romance movies that you remember. Like, okay, he's pushing up on her. He's not doing too much. He's doing
Mhm.
just enough. What did you think about his pursuit? And I mean, the other things that we're going to encounter. The last slide, we will get into the crux of the drama, but I really enjoyed their meeting and little mini courtship.
I thought it was adorable. Like I just liked the fact that he was patient. It wasn't like we don't get enough patience today. It's just instantly, if you ain't trying to give me no play right off the back, I'm gonna give up. But she was like, no, I want that woman. I want you. I need you. I got to have you. Like I see something and I'm gonna go after it because she was giving major pushback. Okay, I like that he was patient. He didn't, persist. Even though he was in their photography class just to get next to her, we okay with that. We were okay with that. We had a goal that we were trying to pursue, but he kind of met her on her terms, but also, put a lot of himself in there. And it wasn't just all about her. It's like, well, girl, yeah, that's cool, but what about this? Let's go here, let's do that, and having experiences with her. Even their demographic of her, coming from the struggle. And he's, wealthy, well-to-do family. Like you don't know what it is to have to work hard and go after what you want and have to really buckle down and work for something versus what's given to you. But he's, not that type of spoiled rich kid because yeah, I don't even want what my mom trying to give me. I don't even want that. Because them parents was giving singing doesn't put food on the table. So y'all get on my nerves.
Singing does not pay the bills. Listen,
Singing does
you
not
a very
guarantee you a future. Male
even if you
parents.
have got talent.
Yeah, the apple was way away from the tree because the parents was real raggedy. But I thought it was adorable, and I just like how patient he was with her.
I agree. And again, just to give context and background, if you didn't see this first movie, Kendra, again, is getting it out of the mud, baby. She is doing work study. She's doing whatever she can to pursue her dream of becoming this, world renowned photographer. And Ben is bred to be a lawyer. His family is full of lawyers. They're professionals. They bougie. Okay. And so automatically, she's a girl from the wrong side of the tracks for him. But throughout this film, I didn't think we were going to go this deep. I didn't think we was going to have what happened happen. Trigger warning in advance. SA did happen, but again, we have SA bougie blacks and an unexpected end to all this. He brings her honey. Guess who's coming to dinner? And the parents are just as nasty as they want to be with the ex girlfriend there in the house coming to Thanksgiving, just being a thorn in Kendra's side. She persists as much as she can. We see the OG frat guy who's been pursuing her this whole time find out about the breakup, honey, and proceeds to SA Kendra. She goes to a vigil, and that's all that really happens, Tyra. I don't think she ever called them people. She said it was our word against his. We ultimately do see Ben find out and goes and knocks him out, gets locked up, all of the things. And that's when she finally threatens to tell on this other guy. But during this whole situation of the breakup, he gets back with his ex. They're on break. He gets her pregnant, and now he's going to have a baby with this other woman. The professor says, Kendra, you're so talented. This program's not big enough for you. So at the end of movie one, we actually see them apart. He's going to raise his child with the ex. He's saying he don't want her like that, but Kendra don't believe it. All right. And Kendra's like, I'm going to go and pursue my dreams. At this point, you're a damn distraction. What did you think about the SA, the bougie blacks, and the unexpected end for the first movie, Tyra?
The essay, when I first saw it, I was like, we ain't gonna call them folks. We're not gonna persist. Like, I'm gonna need Black Lips to be off campus immediately. Okay, he got to go. Um, but after I thought about it, I was like, I don't mind this because we're so used to resolve towards the end and getting justice for injustice when typically, especially back then, you're not filing charges. You're not, pursuing the his word against mine. This climate is completely different from even today where you still might not pursue and press charges and you deal with it internally. I mean, it was nice to see her have some type of outlet to move on and get over it. But at first I was like, we ain't calling the cops. We ain't calling nobody. But I was like, yeah, let me remember where we are and really what's going on here, how often, unfortunately, do someone actually pursue an injustice in this way instead of just kind of internally battling with it, dealing with it, and getting over it on their own. But I was happy because I was like, how long is she gonna go through? You ain't gonna tell this man? Please tell
Yeah.
this man. Please tell somebody, Kendra. Like, but you just get to see, even then he still was, persistent. He didn't go, like, oh, you're not dealing with me, like you're being weird. Like, he's like, no, something's wrong. Can you just please tell me what's wrong? I just like that he just kept asking. The Boochie Blacks child, girl, he didn't want Miss Preparatory School. He didn't want that girl. He didn't want her. He did not want her. I was like, yeah, but I had to keep reminding myself of their age because I was like, you wanted that though. You ain't had no problem with that to impregnate, and then it was unprotected. Sir. But I'm like, okay, they're 18. They're 18. Let me withhold my judgment. That was that. But yeah, I did like the aspect of the Bougie Blacks and him kind of finding himself within it. Like, well, yeah, you know what, girl, I drop all this money for you. I drop all this family. I always been about you. I'm about you for real. I will be poor, struggling, work studying with you if you want to, if that's what it takes. So I think most importantly, even though they kind of walk away from each other because she decides, hey, I don't want to relive these situations. I want a new experience, and just because I found you and what we have, I don't want to hinder myself from that. I do like that they just solidify, like, we do still love each other regardless of the situation, and I still do this all over again. I thought it was cute. And then they was slobbing each other down. They, first of all, they have very good chemistry, let me say
They
that.
did, honey.
They have
I
very
was
good
seeing heat,
chemistry. I
honey.
was like, oh, all right, okay, look like y'all having a good time. But yeah, I like that. I appreciated the end.
That's what I said. I said this is steam heat. I didn't like the end though. I will disagree on that point because I want my happy endings right away. I don't want to wait for them. I don't want to go
Girl,
all around the
we got
mulberry bush. I
Trilogy.
don't want to meet 10 years later and now you all dried up and ancient. Like I want it now. I want it my way and I want it now.
Oh,
That's what I want. Thank you, Roses Bud, for the $5 super chat. The cosplay is
oh,
10
hold
out of
on.
10,
Mhm.
ladies.
Let
Thank
me
you
put my
so
shades on.
much. Thank
Let's
you
make
so
the
much
time
for
tonight.
and shout out to the 42 people who are in the building on tonight. I'm going to take a quick moment and say thank you, and we will be right back. Dane, we are not doing this with you tonight. We are not. I'm not. I say it every night. I'm not. I'm not. I just, just easing on down the road, and we're easing on over to the other movie, Strength of a Woman. Okay, this is the story of Kendra and Ben. Continues in Mary J. Blige's Strength of a Woman, jumping ahead more than 15 years. Again, I don't want it 15 years later. I want it now. Okay. Now, a successful photographer, Kendra finds herself in a failing marriage with a demon and must reckon with the decision she's made for the life she thought she wanted. When Ben unexpectedly comes back into her life, she is forced to a crisis point and must dig deep to find strength to take control of her life and accept the love Ben may be offering again. But before we get into it, we going over here. We going over here to the album Strength of a Woman. Okay. And I want to know from you, Tyra and Chat, Set Me Free or Strength of a Woman?
Okay.
And I had to play these songs because I don't know nothing about this
I was
album.
gonna, okay, good. Because hold on. Okay, wait.
I do.
Hold on. I gotta give like pre. Okay, I am a what's the 411 Mary. I am my life Mary. I am a share my world Mary. I am a Mary. Strength of a woman Mary. I am not. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I ain't never seen this album.
Child, and I didn't either.
I'm sorry, girl. You know, I love Mary and her healing journey and who she is today. And you know, the fine Mary. I love that Mary. I'm a depressed Mary lover. I'm sorry, okay? Mary that was down and out. I love them albums. I'ma just say Strength of a Woman because that's what's on the cover.
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
don't I don't know these songs.
We're gonna listen to it after the show, Tyra. I'm gonna play it for you because
Oh man, why we can't listen to the other
Set
ones?
Me Free is the best one on the album to me. Like I said, I had to sit through it and go through each song. Like, is this a hit? What
I
is
don't
this? And I
know.
like Set Me Free.
I don't know why I just kind of like in those Mary's first like four albums, I know them front to back. I don't know these albums. I don't know.
She said, I don't know nothing about this life. I don't know nothing about
Sorry
it.
to this one.
Darvalina, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I'm glad y'all are recapping because I definitely forgot what happened in movie two. Love the cosplay. Thank you, girl. Thank you
Oh,
for always
thank you,
coming through and
Darlene.
supporting. We appreciate you so much. And in that vein, I mean, since we're here, we might as well talk about the next verses of Toxic AF. All right. And I want to know from you, Tyra.
Mhm.
Who is most toxic? Is it Dwayne and Whitley or is it Melanie and Derwin? I want to know, what are your thoughts? Chat, chime in. Let us know.
Oh, girl, you played because all Dwayne did was go on a date with Debbie. He just went on a date. You know, good for good or bad, he went on a date. He ain't impregnate nobody. Okay, he went over there with Drew Sidora, getting freaky, all of that stuff,
Hey,
lying.
but Whitley kissed what you call this is not one sided. Whitley is toxic as hell. I dare to say Whitley was more toxic than Dwayne
Who
over
did
here.
Willie kiss? What we talking about here?
Ron, she kissed Ron Johnson, his
Oh,
baby.
that little thing, Pookie, Dwayne. Um, oh yeah, she did have that little state of when he had Kinu was over there and she was doing the most because she wanted Kinu to move around, trying to make Dwayne jealous. Yeah, Whitley was on her own plane. He had to let her know, girl, the world does not stop for you. I'm gonna move on. Anybody got time for you to sashay through here with your Gucci on? Are you with me or not? That was that. But baby, first of all, let's just start with Melanie. Girl, it was John Hopkins. Okay, she skipped out on that opportunity, trying to be over here and be a football wife. They were just toxic all around. All of them going back and forth. She was over there with Jerome. I ain't seen it in a minute, but I remember them being far more toxic than Dwayne and Whitley could ever be. So I'm gonna go over there with Ding Dong.
Yeah, because didn't Derwin get old girl pregnant? Like
Uh-huh.
in the, yeah, and
Janae
had to have a
got her pregnant.
yeah.
He cheated on her with Drew Sidora, and she was over there with Trey Wiggs. She tried to make him jealous over there with Malik. It was just real ratchet. It got real ratchet. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's saying it's med school and Ding Dong
Do
Davis.
you remember when she turkey based? She got the baby's DNA, got the baby tested, tried to make sure it was girl sick,
Toxic
sick
as hell.
behavior.
Toxic as hell. Let's get on back into it. Thanks, guys. I think it's overwhelmingly Derwin. Bree said, I'm through Derwin. F that baby, Derwin. Oh my golly jeez. Okay, let's get on into it. So, strength of a woman, honey. Ben is back. Ken is married to a demon. Kendra married this doctor. This just goes to show you every doctor ain't worth anything at this point. With his little self, I was so disturbed by this casting and this choice. Can I get into it, chat? Can we talk about it tonight? I was so disturbed. You don't have Da Vinci over here. You don't have Da Vinci over here in this little dwarf as your husband. You don't do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And not only that, but you got the audacity to cheat with the help at the hospital. Not only that, then you got the audacity to have impregnated my best friend. Like this was diabolical work with him looking how he was looking, Tyra. I don't care. There's not enough. There's not enough. There's not enough. And so anyway, sorry y'all, I went ahead. But basically in this movie they reconnect after 15 years like the synopsis said. Ben is back. He is a practicing attorney, okay? Doing what needs done. And, she uses her services to help one of his clients by doing a photography session, that they can submit to the judge to possibly, get his client an appeal or whatever the case may be. So he's back into her life. His son is now a preteen. Her niece has come to visit. And so they're rekindling a friendship, but she's keeping it cute. Kendra wants to honor her marriage. She wants to get preggers by this demon. Talk to me about our new scenario, Tyra.
First of all, first red flag. You ain't finna turn down my sex, sir. I don't give a damn what you did on your shift. It don't take long to get some pumps. I could even did all the work. You gonna turn down my sex? That was red flag number one. That mean he wants you. I wanted this movie to expound a whole lot more on Kendra. I wanted to do that because I don't think we kind of combed back enough on it's 15 years later. I thought that they were going to link up at this reunion and it was going to be like, oh, I haven't seen you since we got out the back of your Benz. It was like, no, remember you rolled up to my house at such and such and you was trying to be with me, but I was like, I was like, we just gonna gloss over that. I thought we were gonna eventually get a flashback, but we didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
baby, you can't have I can't say that because then it's gone. I don't want to talk about that man. I
I
don't
did,
know.
Megan. I did, and I will again. Because here's the thing: I'm not going to hype shame everyone. I won't do that. He's deserving of this shame. His character is deserving of this shame. In real life, I don't mind a short king. I don't mind one in real
I
life, but
mean, if
he
he
is
was gonna be
diabolical.
acting like that, I needed him to be finer. I will say that because you was out here moving like you had the audacity and you didn't. Yeah, all of that was going on, him not being attentive. I wanted to know why Kendra couldn't really acknowledge her self worth and that this man was trash. I wanted to get more into that, but we kind of really kept it surface level. But yeah, we knew that was gonna end up. I was like, how you gonna have this man first? It took for him to like, oh, you got my best friend pregnant. Yeah, we can't be together. That's what it took. Well,
That's
how much were you dealing with in all in the years that you guys were married? Like, what is going on? That was that, but I do like that the way that we present Ben, he's not just like, girl, I'm gonna have you any kind of way I want. I don't care who. He was like, no, he was still very respectful of her
it.
marriage and didn't try to pursue her. I still got this photograph though. I still keep your picture up. I still think about you from time to time, but I'm gonna respect your situation and your baby. I mean, predictable at points because I knew we wouldn't have no baby for this man. I was waiting for her to tumble down the stairs or to have a disgruntled
You know what?
aborting of the mission. I was waiting on that. I was like, we don't need that baby. What we need that for? Get that out of here. I was waiting on that to
Oh
happen, even though
my
ramifications of that roll over. But yeah, I was here for this. I just kept waiting for them to get together and have some hot, steamy love. Because girl, get away from that little man.
That, listen, and here's the thing, y'all. I wanted, and this is probably my only note, is that I really wanted to know what made loving him so deep that you were willing to stick and stay through it all, because that's not the Kendra that we've met before. Kendra was like,
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna put me first, Lucius. I'm gonna put me first. And now it's totally different. So I want to know how we got totally different. Like, what made it so like marriage is this and I need to be this? We never got that from Kendra before. So it was kind of a departure from the character that we had met up to this
Mhm.
point. But that's really my only note here. And again, I do think that they dragged it because this no count little
Girl, caught
anyway.
a red-handed slobbing down Nurse Betty in the parking lot.
Mhm.
If you don't get out of my face, I would have ran him over with that Hummer.
And just for good measure, so y'all can see him up close and personal. This is the toxicity. This is the toxicity.
Girl, he
We are
look a
this.
little. He look a little. Reach me around the corner around 7:59.
I'm not doing this with you.
It's giving a little. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's around the edges. Yeah. I thought he was. I didn't think he was a brother at first when we saw
He
him.
may be biracial, boy. He might be. You never know. He might have a little Desi, a little
Yeah.
Bangladeshi,
I didn't investigate
over
enough.
there.
I didn't
Yeah.
care to.
But this is the toxicity. This is the struggle love. This is the only struggle love that I really saw, because I do think that, and that's what I was worried about. And I told you through before I even watched it, because y'all Tyra watched this before me. I was like, I don't want to see another black struggle love trifecta. Like, I don't want to see three of them. The first movie I understood, that was college. They really were on a break and not together. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay. In this one, I was like, oh, her marriage is the toxic, because this was darn near outrageous. So we have a miscarriage, honey. It's insecurity and a cheater, not once, but probably a million times over the course of the relationship. It was just egregious that the best friend had this man's baby and he'd been paying $3,300 a month in child support the whole time, and she just found out. Like, that was crazy to me.
He wasn't. He wasn't. Not this whole
You
time. He wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't helping that lady Terry. He wasn't helping that lady with nothing.
how did we get here? What was the 3,000 for? Maybe I missed it. You know, I be
No, it was
sleepwalking.
something in the film to where she was trying to get him. Remember, she was trying to get him into some like high prestigious school, and Kendra the whole time was like, "Well, girl, if it comes down to it, I got you." And it was like, "Well, and she kept saying like, you need to reach out to your little ain't nothing baby
Baby
daddy. He
daddy.
has to help you too." Like he wasn't helping her with nothing.
Oh.
Tragic, sick individual, sick man.
That's why that's why he look how he look. Uh, and so, of course, and I will say this, I'll speak to this, that what I really, really enjoyed, I liked that he wasn't her savior in this. Like, right, because she does, like Tyra said, trigger warning, she does end up falling down the stairs and losing the baby that she's pregnant with. And she sits in that for a while. Like, she ruins a big shoot that she has going on. She really like detaches from the world, honey. She drinking all the liquor, and she's really just sitting in it. Not only the grieving and loss of her marriage, but now the grief and loss of her baby. And it's her sister who comes to help. And I really, really love that he's not introduced until she's in a better headspace. Tyra, what did you
Yeah.
think of that? Because that's not the traditional trope that we get.
Oh, girl, no, that man gonna pop up when you down and out. That man gonna pop up when you down and out, divorcing the black. That man gonna pop up like, since you been divorced, all of 3 nights. I was wondering if you was doing anything later. Sir, please. Please. I like that. I'm telling you, I like how he handled the entire situation. It was very evident she was over there like, we're just friends, we just like, girl, you think about it like you didn't look at a booty before. Like, you want that man. You over there with M. Night Shyamalan? No, girl, that wasn't that. I like that he just waited. Like, whatever it is, I'm gonna be respectful. I probably love you, but if you are happily married and y'all have a baby, congrats to you. I'm just a single dad trying to, raise my son and all that good stuff. But it's like, yeah, but if you need me, whenever you want me, I'll be there. I'm gonna pop in like to make sure you're okay and make sure you know that I still care about you and that you're a priority in my life. I was here for it.
But if you need me, call me,
Oh,
okay? And I will be right there, okay? Because as she's going through her divorce, of course, he's already wrapping up his divorce. He's got his son. But as a part of the divorce decree, his ex wife has said that she wants to move back to North Carolina because that's where her support system is. So he's going to have to leave Chicago. And this is where I thought they were going to piss me off, Tyra, because we ain't reconnected 15 years ago to be long distance lovers. Okay. But she decides that she is going to go with him. She puts it on him right as soon as they get there. And I was like, okay, that's cute or whatever. But my fear was that she was going to resent him for leaving her thriving photography business back in Chicago. But listen, I'm here for love when it's worth something, Tyra. Were you
I
surprised by the end?
No, I was waiting on her, like, because even when we meet her, she's not as fulfilled in her photography career as maybe she once was. Because it's like, I'm happy for the centerfolds and maybe a editorial fashion moment, but I miss, those days of just the raw elements of photography and maybe getting back to that. So I didn't think that she was gonna miss the studio all that much. Like, girl, but no, we're not separating. Go be with that man. What are we doing here?
Going
We got a
where?
plan.
Not without me. Not without me, Da Vinci. And now we are here to the main event, the family affair. This is Mary J. Blige's family affair. Picks up as Kendra and Ben move out of the city in hopes of finally building a life together with all their family around and inserted in their lives. Tensions rise as they struggle with fertility issues. Kendra tries to find her footing with Ben's son Miles. Their relationship reaches a boiling point when Ben secretly helps his brother, and Kendra returns to the city, and an old friend comes back into her life. Child. The family must come together to help Kendra and Ben save their relationship and stay true to their real love. Now, before we get into it, you know we going down here. You know we're going right here, Tyra. From the album No More Drama, I want to know from you and from the chat, is it Family Affair or No More Drama? I want to know.
Girl, I gotta be depressed and go to No More Drama because I was, you know what? I'm tired of this, mom. I'm running. I'm packing my raggedy duffel bag, and it was gonna be Runaway Love. Okay, I was leaving. It was 2000. It was gonna be Runaway Love because I just hate it here. I can like vividly remember like the No More Drama video being dramatic as hell. I love a good like family affair moment because you couldn't tell Mary. You know Mary gonna dance. Mary gonna give you a two step, especially in a boot. You know she go give it to you. I was here for that, and Dr. Dre does what he needs to do as far as beats are concerned. So it's that, but I can just remember No More Drama being pretty impactful for the time. So I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah. I mean, Mary was singing her heart and soul out in
She
No More
was. She was
Drama.
tired.
Another lesson learned. Listen, I'm going over there with No More Drama as well. And I see it's mixed. Darfalina says No More Drama. Pretty Girl says Family Affair. Dejanay's says No More Drama. TP says No More Drama. DeMarcus says Family Affair. Okay. Kyle's No More Drama. Okay, y'all. I see you. I see you. I see you. And shout out DeMarcus for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you. Was Ben wrong for telling his ex about Calvin, his brother's secret, instead of telling Kendra at the engagement party? I would love y'all's opinions. I'll let you go first, Tyra. What say you?
Ooh, thank you so much, Demarcus, for the $5. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Like that's one of the major missteps, you know, as we get into this third film. It was different for him. Like I'm like confiding in her with something that she already knows about, but you do a disservice and plant, you know, distrust within your own marriage because after however amounts of time, why do you feel comfortable venting to your ex-wife instead of me? I mean, granted, she already knows what's going on, but at this point, baby, we walking down the aisle and we've been how many years in? Come to me. Come to me because then you leave yourself open for like, okay, yeah, what's going on and suspicion. Don't leave your door wide open for that. Confide in your wife. And what shocked me the most in this third film was how long he decided to go without confiding in her. That would have me cause for like, yeah, I don't want to. The marriage is canceled. It's over. No, done.
And as far as me, I have a slightly different feeling, because I feel like Kendra was doing the same thing. Girl, like how you gonna get mad for what you're doing as well? I do think that it was less than wise for him to go over there to that ex and let her have know anything about him that Kendra didn't. But I didn't like how Kendra moved in general either, because during this same time, she's dealing with her infertility issues and she ain't told that man nothing. I think
Mm.
that Ben's wanting to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders, or not necessarily wanting to, but not having, making himself look weak in front of her. I think that was probably his biggest fear in this. So I understood his motivation. It was not right, but I get not wanting to look weak in front of this woman that you really pined for the last 15 damn 20 years, and not wanting her to see you as less than who you feel like you are. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah, but I get it. It wasn't right. Never go to the ex for help, child. Find a third party. Hey Kay over at Slice of Horror, shout out to you for the 9.99 super chat. And y'all not gonna catch me with this super sticker. Okay, you're not gonna catch
Hippo
me.
character going fast on his chair, propelling the chair across the room.
We're not
He
doing it.
propelled it. He propelled the chair, Ashley.
Not doing it. Not doing it. Not
I don't
doing
know
it.
why I want to sing a
Um,
Burger King commercial so bad. It just be stuck. It's stuck in my head now.
And for our next versus Toxic AF, I want to
Oh
know.
God.
I had to go over here. I had to go over here.
I'm put my shades on for this. These are this is a hard one.
It is what it is. Where we're going over here. I want to know Jody and Yvette. Jody, or Yasmin and Ishmael. That's what I want to know. Just
Not
spill your
Yasmin and
if you don't
Ishmael.
know.
Baby, Franklin gonna take the cake every time. Franklin is gonna take the cake every time because just horrible. Like with Jody and Yvette, for the most part, looking at it, you wouldn't know, but those were children. Those were children. I can't remember, but I think they were supposed to be every bit of, maybe 19, 20, 21 somethings, like, just really getting, I think he was 20, if I'm not mistaken. Like, these were children. Over here,
Very
Franklin over
grown.
here, this grown ass adult.
Why
the
am I
movie,
calling
the
him
movie.
Ishmael? My bad, y'all. That was my chat GPT. My bad. Sorry.
I thought you was trying to be funny and rename these folks.
No, that's Franklin Swift,
Girl,
y'all. I
no, that
knew.
is Zora and Franklin. She
Now, I
said
didn't gave them whole
Ishmael.
different names. I didn't give them whole different names. Don't mind me. I was copy and
Ishmael,
pasting. Just so you
over
know.
there being broke, falling on the job. Um, it's just terrible. Like when I think of like the ultimate black, like toxic love story, Disappearing Acts is up there with the best of them. It is awful. There was never a moment where the end of the Baby Boy when we get into the shooby doo ups, shoot doop dooby doo up. Look at this young black ghetto hood love. Okay, I never was over there with her. I was like, girl, stay away from that man. I don't give a damn how often y'all
He was
playing
dangerous
Scrabble. I just he's dangerous.
and a brokey too. I mean, how you
Absolutely,
always working and still broke? It seemed like he was
girl,
always
drunk.
fiddling, hammering something.
Ugh. It was just terrible. Her hiding the prospects of trying to abort his little mission, derailing her whole career, and at least over there with Yvette, like these were young children trying to grow from girlhood, boyhood, whatever. Maybe you were grown, you were living your best life, had your career. You let Franklin throw you off track for some refrigerator D? Are you out
Mm.
your damn mind? I just didn't understand it. Then he was angry all the time, had his little disgruntled attitude. Then
Jody was
he had
angry
some other,
too.
he had them kids over there with Anjanou Ellis. Hell no.
Jody was angry too, though.
Hmm. Absolutely. Both of them are toxic as hell, but I'm gonna just have a different levity for like grown. Like these people were like at least early mid 30s. Like they just, girl, I'm just not like you expect that kind of behavior from Jody Joe. I'm not taking that off a grown ass Franklin drinking on the job. Absolutely not. Then you gonna tell me F my birthday in the middle of the street over some Shaka Khan tickets on my birthday, big pregnant in the street. Then as soon as I tell you I need you to get your drunk ass out my brownstone, you pull it apart and destroy everything I done got for my son. And the one thing you could do, Bob the Builder, was build something. You gonna tear it down? Go to hell, Franklin. Go to hell. Absolutely not.
Oh my
No.
gosh. I think it's a consensus. Everybody agrees with you. Okay, thank you so much again for the 9.99 super chat. The living character is doing a victory dance with maracas in his
Whew.
hands.
Yeah, take
Maracas,
my shoes
maracas,
off.
maracas,
Go
maracas.
ahead, me
Now,
gold
this
out
is
my
a
new
good one,
lane.
Jasmine, and I want to do this just for kicks and giggles
Mm.
because Yvette or Zora, Tyra, who's most toxic out of these ladies?
Well, it's gonna naturally be Yvette. Like Zora was like caping so damn hard for this broke nothing of a man. Like she's just, it don't matter. You could just come in and just be. At least Jody was selling dresses. $40 at least. At least.
But Jody wasn't gonna pick you up on time in your own vehicle. You was gonna be late to pick you up from work in your own car.
Well, they 50-50. Franklin ain't had no damn car either.
I don't know, and like Tyra was saying, I'm gonna give it to age because Yvette was a baby, like she was, just a
She just,
child,
she was finding herself.
just a
I'ma
young
have
girl.
me a man, boo boo. I'ma have
And
me a man, boo
I'd have
boo.
had Snoop. I'd have had Snoop.
You
At
would
that
have had
time,
Snoop, the
Mhm.
grapist.
Girl, well, did he grape somebody in that? It's been a long time. Who did he grape?
He Ash tries to grape Yvette in front of you, gonna grape me in front of my son. You forgot about that?
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah.
You saw
My
them
bad.
curls blowing in the
Never
wind and just forgot everything that happened, huh?
I did. Never mind. I just liked him cussing out Jody. Like I thought that was funny. Dang. Forgive me. I'm gonna go back, y'all. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Family Affair. It took this long to propose. It's been 17 years at this point, Tyra, and he's proposing. He lit the gate. I mean, y'all are. What's the point at this point? I really was like, y'all already live together. You have the one son there that I'm not his mama. Okay, and we're already making it work. Did you think it took too long for the proposal, or do you think it was right on time, or do you think they should have waited even longer?
Well, how the movie went, I think they should have waited just another little year of marination, a year or two of just marinating and working out other problems. The fact that they were pursuing marriage, but they weren't yet comfortable within themselves or with their partner to share the hardships, like not being able to really conceive since the incident, and his, his own personal mental state, along with carrying the weight of the brother and the family and his father's voice on the back of his neck constantly. If we weren't there yet to share that, then we probably didn't need to do this just yet. We needed a little bit more time.
Okay, I'll concede that point because I really feel like, and again, the proposal I think happened before everything had hit the fan. I think he was just so excited to have her in the space. We really, at this point, hadn't seen the issues with the stepchild and that whole, am I going to parent him or am I just going to be kind of a visitor with this 18-year-old boy here and I look like I'm 12? Again, that was my other thing. I'm like, why did we?
Where they get that man from?
He was very grown. I said, "Oh,
It
we've
was whose
grown."
goddamn white baby is that? Where y'all get this grown man from? I'm talking about this is Da Vinci. He look older than Da Vinci.
He did and did. And now after everything else is falling apart, we decide we're going back to Chicago and we gonna help Terry because she got her diagnosis. Tyra, BFR, cause why? Why do we need to revisit Terry? She just needed a project. She just needed to do something to make her feel good. Like I didn't get it. And Terry, rest in peace, Terry, because Terry ain't make it, y'all. Terry
I
ain't
knew
make it.
I was
But what
waiting.
did we need this for?
I just I thought we were gonna take the time in this movie to bring her and her sister closer together, because they did grow a lot from that first movie, in the sense of, I was young, probably the teenage mother, and you were the one who more so did it the right way and went to college. But even at this point, the daughter's older at this point. I'd made some of myself, but we kind of still separate them there, and it's like I'm still trying to pursue my career and provide, with the father passing. And I mean, I have that much time, and this is just her going back and clinging to her old life and the way things were. And I was like, you had to go back to her? I don't know. It's just like the lies. The lies. Like, she was so, like, how long were you going to continue on with the lie, friend? How long? Like, I had to find out that way. An extension of that, not saying it's her fault, but now I can't, conceive my own children. Like, it was just too much to bear to go and mend anything, regardless of her diagnosis. Like, girl, get somebody else to do it. I'm just not doing it. I just don't want to. Now, if it would have been a case of, she passed on, went on to glory, and she left that baby to her
Mhm.
because she was a god mom, and maybe translated over that way because she did want to be a mom and did want to,
I mean,
pursue
she
it
got
that
the baby
way.
out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she got
exactly.
the
We could have
baby.
did that, and it, maybe a nice little heartfelt letter. We need to go over here and nurse this heifer. No,
That was my thing because I'm like, were you ever my friend? Because there's no way that you see me going through hell with this man, knowing that you smashed him, even if it was a one night stand, if it wasn't, and you had a whole baby by him, and you just let me marry him, like you ain't say anything, even if you slipped on the D, because they always be like, well, it just happened. So even if it did just
no. What
happen,
you
you
said?
mean
The
for
same, the same excuse in the first movie. They were on a break.
you. All these years later, it takes you, and you don't even tell me. I find out like that was never your friend, sis. And Terry would have just had to. She'd had to call. She had to find Tyrone. Somebody would have had to walk her through that.
They say he was in a Peace Corps. Where he was? Say
Child.
what? He really don't give a damn about none of
No,
y'all.
I was like, he ain't hurt. No, he said he ain't hurt. Now, Darfalina, Terry saw me when she asked her if she was there just to watch her die, because I would have been there just for that. Now, like I would have wanted the lady to, go meet the Lord, but baby, I'm not going over there changing diapers and doing all that. I'm not. I'm not.
No,
I'm
baby,
not, and
she
I
could
don't
have
know why we
came up.
needed this. They always trying to give somebody cancer. I don't want to see it.
Oh, Ashley. But that's the extent. We had to put her in a state of having cancer to have this forgiveness moment. Cause girl, she would have came up on the rough side of the mountain by her damn self.
Well, I'm glad she forgave her because forgiveness is good, you guys. We all want to forgive, don't, because forgiveness is about you more than it is the other
Actually, I
person.
want to ask you because you're
Mhm.
more of a Da Vinci watcher than me. What's on
Mhm.
this baby head? Is this his hair or a
No,
wig?
this
What
a
was
piece. This
happening?
this a, this a this a piece, honey. This
Girl,
this
why
one of
they
them
put this
face
on his
Barbies.
head?
Because they wanted to age him up. They thought it made them pork chop sideburns and his little mini fro, his Jackson 5.
No, he
They said this is
running
it.
around looking like it was the 3rd of September. I said, why they put this damn wig on his
They
head?
said it's
This
gonna
was
make him look older. If we give him this baby fro, this teeny weeny fro, it's gonna make him look older, Tyra.
girl,
That's
please.
what they said. And you guys, any men in the chat, I want you to chime in on this slide. Okay. I really want to hear from you. And if you related to what Ben was going through in this moment. So we find out that Bryn's brother is off his rocker. He was diagnosed with bipolar a couple of years ago, and he's decided to stop taking his medication. And so Ben has stepped in. He's paying this man's mortgage, taking care of all of his bills to make sure that his life continues while he's spiraling. And he doesn't feel like he can tell Kendra because he feels like she'll look at him different. All the while, Ben is starting to hear voices. Honey, he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders because I think he's been used to being this man for her as long as she's known him, right? He was the one that was going to step in and beat up the dude who S8'd her. He was going to be the one to hold her hand, to talk her through it, to walk her through everything. And so now he's scrimping by. He like, I need this promotion now at work because I'm taking care of two households. The weight is overwhelming. He eventually does decide to go to an all men support group where he's able to finally talk about it. But of course, this is after he's talked to his ex. So, men, does this sound like to you? Do you feel like you can confide in your partner when you're going through serious things? And if not, why? I want to know. Tyra, what did you think of this portion of Family Affair?
Um,
Not you were bored.
no, I wasn't bored. Like, I don't know. And I guess that's wishful thinking. I want people to have their squad together. You've been waiting on me to, how long? We've been doing this how long? Like, I thought they had progressed enough for him to confide in her. It wasn't the mental health scares and whatnot, and him just not knowing how to bear it, and him trying to be strong, and because it's been bred into him by the father that we're supposed to display this type of masculine in charge of everything all the time type of energy. It was the more so gaslighting and projecting moments of, baby, we had a plan, we had a 2-year plan, and we're gonna do this, and once your uncle daddy's son go on to college, then we're going back. And it's just like, well, no, when we changed the plan, and it just caused more internal beef in the relationship than it was necessary. But I did recognize that he was going on and going through stuff internally, but I'm like, baby, open your mouth. Like, I had patience. Like, that's a lot. Even when it was the brother, and it's like, I'm mortgage. Girl, he said mortgage. We covering mortgages. Like,
Mhm,
it's just not the
mhm.
proper way to start off a marriage with like multiple lies. And even though in his mind he thought they were, for legitimate reasons, this was selfish to me.
Mm,
This was
okay.
selfish to me. And the same with I could get into Kendra also with the infertility and not really being able to
Mhm,
share that.
mhm.
But she began to project, kind of keeping stuff to herself because she didn't feel comfortable because he was keeping things to himself. And she's like, I know you're lying to me about something. Can you just be honest with me? Like,
She didn't know what it was, Tyra. She ain't know that man was holding nothing from her.
I mean, and I have compassion for that man on that level of those things, but these are things to work through just before we get here. And it's for
Yeah.
me, it is just like if we can't confide in each other about these things now, we don't need to be getting married yet.
So read TP's comment for me, Tyra, because I think that a lot of men feel this way, honestly.
Oh Lord, TP. Absolutely, absolutely. I love that it wasn't just left on the ground floor. We did see him venture, even if it was brief, to go to this man's group and get some help and really identify that something is wrong with me. But I was waiting for him to maybe get to this point and get through it with his wife. But he kind of, dealt with it on his own, and we saw the aftermath of like, okay, well, don't ever hide anything from me again. I was just like, baby, if we get married, we need to be able to go here. And if we can't, it's alarming to me.
Okay. So what do you think about this though? Nope, I shed a tear and
No,
get
that's
called a
true.
B.
That's
I'm
true. Show
good.
you right. Show you right. no,
It's unforgettable. It's true. That's
that's
what
accurate.
I'm
That's accurate as hell on both parts. Like myself too. Like we shedding tears and we getting in it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna move on. And you're just built to just kind of be on go. But he found out real quick that yeah, everybody's not bred for that long term. It was a lot on his shoulders till he couldn't be there anymore, and he just collapsed under the weight.
He did. He did. And I hate that. I hate that men don't feel like it's a safe space because ultimately your wife should be the ultimate safe space. That should be where you're able to break down and, be completely vulnerable. So, I mean, I hate that men are having these experiences. But before we finish up, honey, we got three more slides after this. But before I get into reading Kendra down, because listen, you're never going to play in Da Vinci's face how I feel like you played in his face. But nah, we'll talk about it. But I want to thank you guys again just for being here and showing up for us tonight. And then we got another verses. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, who give y'all dance breaks and intros the way we do? Dance in the chat.
Dance, 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 dance. Okay, y'all, this is our final toxic AF for the night. And I want to
Mm,
know who was more toxic, Issa and Lawrence or Gina and Martin? Talk to
mm.
me, Tyler.
I don't
Damn,
know.
Gina, I will marry
Girl,
you.
yes, Gina, I will marry you. Are you happy now? The most this is a terrible proposal. Girl, it's so many different underlinings because even though Issa and Lawrence are over there, it's a comedy, but they have so many, much more serious undertones. Lawrence gonna take the cake every time. Lawrence gonna take the cake. Issa
What
gonna
you mean,
take that cake
Lawrence,
every
not
time.
Issa?
No, let me finish.
Okay, girl, I was gonna say the
Lawrence
Lawrence
gonna
gonna
take the cake
go
every
over.
time. Issa's gonna take the cake every time. They were both extremely toxic towards one another, and once again in this relationship, and they're dealing with things internally and suffering and seeking validation and comfort in other folks, child. To the point, that we end up spiraling, cheating, having babies, and all that other, hitting Keisha in the back, leaving that Best Buy shirt behind. It got real crazy over there. Martin and Gina ain't never had no stuff like that. We was doing the butt with the statue and stuff and breaking up, and then we got back together. We ain't never. We was
Martin
going
was
to Shea
disrespectful
Marie.
as hell. Martin was disrespectful as hell, and Gina, quiet as this cat. I mean, she wasn't above a little bit of manipulation. I'm just going to set it right there. But we can dive into it. And if you guys in the chat are here for a whole live about toxic AF verses, we can make it happen. When I tell you there's not a shortage of toxic black stories in cinema and TV, I mean that thing.
I mean, what Gina did, the most Gina that did that like got under my skin. I needed her to be 10 toes down a little bit more for Pam. Other than that, like, well, I mean, what was Gina over there doing? What she do besides
I
lowering her
mean,
standards to be over there with Martin?
because I
If we
think
want
she should have just been honest about that. Girl, you knew.
if we want to talk about it, Gina Waters was lowering them standards. You know, before we got over there with them word on the streets when Martin was working at Hoochie Burger, like we was in the trenches with Martin. Okay, she loved that man. She loved that man. Welcome to Hoochie Burger, home of the Hoochie. Can I take your order?
Well, I mean, well, we can do a deep dive at some point. I'm absolutely here for it. But thank you guys so much for participating. And Joshua, I did not miss your comment, and I'm gonna pull it up as soon as we get back to the slides because I do want to talk about that a bit before we keep it going. Let's see. Joshua says, my childhood, I was always told I was being dramatic and not to show emotion. So I became numb. I kind of worked through my feelings alone because of that. My parents told me this. And I hate that, Joshua. I hate that a man's story because there's this idea of masculinity that's been perpetuated for generations that, you
Yeah.
know, if you're a real man, you don't cry and you don't show weakness. That couldn't be further from the truth.
That was here. I do like that throughout the film. That kind of rolls over with the parents. Anytime he tries to express anything, he gets shut down automatically. Especially that man coming over there sticking his chest out. Even the way the dad didn't want to just fully acknowledge the mental space of his older son. Like it's just like, yeah, these are things swept under the rugs because we want to appear, you know, dignified and we don't have any flaws and we're real man and you take the brunt of the work and the burden and you just suffer internally. Like no, we about to lose wives and all kind of things because we're suffering. And I was just glad to see him get some help throughout the film because the boy was he was down bad.
He was. He was. I said, is he hearing? I said, is he bipolar too now? I said, is it? Because I didn't know if it was bipolar or schizophrenia with the brother. The way he was moving, I was like, oh, he's like, I'm like, are they hearing voices talking to them other than, you know?
Mhm.
I said, I need a diagnosis now
I
for
just was
both of
glad
them.
they acknowledged how serious it was, and it's not something to be ignored. And it could escalate to you, you know, being on somebody's rooftop if we're just trying to. Well, I don't. You first of all, with you being off your meds, you're not going to tell me to keep nothing a secret. That's what you're not going to do.
Mm-mm. And me listen, BFFR on that one. And so now, of course, we have Kendra. This is at the engagement party. Let's celebrate my divorce.
My divorce.
But jealousy, and for no good reason. Ben to me is way more down than Kendra ever was. Kendra looked at that exchange, didn't know what happened, and said, "You got too much going on, Ben. You got this. I'm leaving." And you're just gonna lead his man. Like, I just felt like that was crazy as hell. Like, Ben had a moment, yes, but he has consistently been down in there for you for years. And I just thought that was crazy as hell on her part. Like, I'm like, fill it out, help him understand. Is there a reason why he feels this way? But you running away after you find out the situation with the brother, to me, was not a vote of confidence for Kendra. I ain't like that, Tyra. I ain't like it. I ain't like it.
I mean, I don't think it was the condition with the brother. It was more so the lie in spite of it. Like, or it's just, it's all, you are going to feel some type of way as a woman if it's like, regardless of the situation, you know, peace be unto you, brother, in your brother's mental state. But you confided in your ex-wife, the one who came in here. She's been messy from the start. She said if Ben whipped it out and put it on her forehead, she would still be here for it. And she's spiteful. Like, oh, that engagement ring looks real familiar. Let me go check my jewelry boxes. That might be a regift. Okay, yeah, that looks real. Like all of that, and even I think it really cut her deep when he lashed out and was like, "Yeah, you need to pipe down. You're not his actual mother."
You're not his
It's like,
mother.
oh, really? Okay, say less. I'm over here kicking. I was like, girl, chickpea chili soup.
That was odd, girl. Don't cook no
What?
more. That's what I said. Don't cook no more.
Chickpea
Don't cook no more.
almond chilies. What? Okay, I mean, okay. But yeah, I just think it was just kind of too much at once, and I'm not I just want to pass the buck. If I just feel like, and I know you enough to know that you're lying to me, and I come out here and you hugging on Becky. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think
I
she's.
just
I
I
think she
just
had.
feel like if if y'all are down like they've been down from day
Mhm.
one, like at the very least had a core friendship, right? Because even when she was still married, it was still a friendship and he was there every step of the way. I don't think in that moment I'm saying, you got too much going on, you got this, and I'm walking away after
I don't think
investing
that's
all
what
this
it
time or
was, Ash. I
energy.
don't think it was like you got too much going on. It was just like it's just too much like inconsistency, too much lying, like especially when you like bred it into me since college. I ain't never want that woman. And it ain't nothing Connie can give me. It ain't nothing she can do for me. She get like
He didn't
she's
want her.
but
He
yeah,
settled
but
for
but
her.
you
You think he
you
ever
you
wanted
had
her?
enough for her to put the tip in and get her pregnant. Okay, break or not, it was enough for that. We had that. You had enough to, well, it wasn't.
Might as well.
It was just baby. Like, no, you made an honest woman out of her. You got married. Like, there was enough for that. And whether she was a placeholder or not, she was good enough to be your wife at some point. So I don't want to hear nothing. I said stay away from the heifer.
She was a placeholder, in my opinion. I don't think he ever wanted that lady. But easing on down the road, Terry done died, honey. She's gone to be with the
Bye,
Lord.
Ashy.
And now we have baby Teddy. Honey, we got our new kid. Let's get married tomorrow. Let's not wait. We waited too long now already. Let's get married on the morrow and we'll do it our style. Forget my mama, who actually had a change of heart this movie. Bougie Blacks changed a little bit. Everybody except the daddy. But yeah, so we got a new baby and let's get married tomorrow. And that's kind of, where we go, Tyra. What did you think? And this was the quickest little turnabout resolution I think I've seen in
Yeah,
a very long time.
yeah.
It was like, oh, I got a call. Let me go to Chicago. Oh,
Yeah, it was an extreme turnaround. I wanted the heifer to be gone before the film concluded. I was like, we don't gonna let her live, right? We need to be done. Let's be done with this. Um, it was quick. I did want to see more resolve with them, just kind of getting into their foundation as to why they decided to keep things from each other, or why there was distrust and seeds planted for her to ever think that there was something with Connie, and why I don't think he really displayed enough to her just how broken down he was to be in that
mhm,
state, to be hugging Connie in the parking lot or keeping secrets in the first place, because he was really ashamed, and
mhm,
just how it's bred in him from the father and from the family. All you just see is on the outside, this rich bougie family when really we're broken. I wanted to see them visit that a little bit more and for her to acknowledge it and understand him. But it was just, a quick little titter tat in front of the parking garage, and then we got married. I was like, I mean, it's cool. They had to wrap the film up. They said we got a little time. We have a little time. We got to wrap it up. Just know that we love each other and we're gonna have our wedding our way, and we're not gonna have this robust situation that your mother wants.
baby, because Mary said, listen, you got an hour and 26 minutes to get this done. As married now, and all is well with the world, honey. We got our happy ending. Forget the problems, brush them under the rug. We are going to move
This
on
pissed me
out
off too.
with our with our new baby, Tyra. Did you enjoy the movie overall, and what did you think about the ending? And are we getting a number 4? Are we getting a fourth movie in this series, or has
I
their
think
story
this
been
is
told?
a yeah. I think this is a wrap up. I don't see us getting. If we did, I wouldn't be mad. I would watch it. But I think this feels pretty final. I was mad here because I thought Baby was gonna come down the aisle crispy clean with a cut. So why he still got this wig on? I thought we had the wig, and just up until this moment, he still had that wig on, just so he can be matching his uncle, daddy's sister, son, cousin, that grown man that was upstairs, being an imposter as a son. So what a man from what a little cast from the first film, because that's somebody's father. All right. Yeah, I wanted him to have a get rid of that wig coming down the aisle, but all right. Um, this was cute. The whole Daisy situation. I like that they made it their own and it wasn't just on the mom's terms. Because that was another thing. I'm like, you guys aren't really having any input in this wedding. Like, do you really care? But it was cute. I'm happy that they got their happy ending, and I would be here for a fourth movie. But if this is all we ever got, I would be straight too.
I would. I'd like to see them middle age, and maybe we can switch the actors up and actually get some people of a certain age to do it. But I think there's more to tell in Kendra and Ben's story, and I would be here for it. She's teaching as an adjunct professor now at
Mhm.
their school that they went to. He's moving on up, baby, because he was having panic attacks in the office. I said, "Oh yeah, Ben, you got to get some help." But I would absolutely be here for a fourth. I wonder what else Mary J. Blige got to tell us about. I will
Her
say
story.
overall, I was so glad that we didn't get to see really a black woman get dragged down to the gutter with no resolution and like stay there. Like I liked how Kendra rebounded every single time. I liked how they showed like the value of sisterhood in those moments, and how I really think all in all Ben was really a good guy. He had some faults, absolutely, but compared to the jokers that we've seen, baby, he did what needed to be done. You guys, if you are not over in the Discord, y'all see the QR code. Where is it? It's over here. It's over
So
here.
so good. So good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's over here. Go and join the new Discord, the collective. If you're not over there, we have a good time. Be sure to do that. And before we let you go, I want to let you guys know that every Saturday night for our members, we have a blockbuster movie night. And this week it was Tyra's selection, honey. And this was Climax.
Where is it? Where is it? Oh God!
Play my song on the radio. You too busy trying to find that blue asshole. I let my black hair go and my waist on. And I sweat too much on the regular. We gon' let them hits fly, we gon' let it go. If it ain't next door, then it gotta go.
Mrs. Rhodes dead. Murdered right next door.
Talking about a face, I'm enough, I gotta go. I'm like, God damn, I am not a beach boy. Whip thing, make a understand though. Got that Hannibal, silence of the Lambo. Hit the gas so hard, make it rotate. All my niggas blew up like a propane.
Yes, pretty girl. This is like, honey, the original horror, a thriller, apparently. You know Tyra's gonna bring horror over, you know. We're gonna be okay though, pretty girl. We're gonna make it through. We're gonna be just fine.
You are. You always are.
Tyra, before we let the good people go, what you got going on over there at Struggle Reviews TV?
Y'all already know we are here every single day this week for the most
Every
part.
day.
Join us tomorrow for Harlem season 3, episodes 3 and 4, so we can get into the funky hot mess that is Camille and Ian and the rest of those lovely women. So many things to hit on. If you are watching that show, be sure to join us then. And of course, Saturday before this watch along, we will be getting into Severance with our special guest, Deep Movie Man, having a good time over there. So be sure to get the notifications on for that. The links and all of that, they're already up. Join us tomorrow and Saturday, please.
Absolutely. And don't forget Sunday, because we will be here Sunday to talk Paradise.
Ooh,
Listen, with Sterling K. Brown, and I'm here for it. I need to catch up on these next 2 episodes, but be there. We will be covering episodes 1 through 3. So be there or be square. Y'all, we appreciate you so much for being here with us tonight. All the love, all the support. Join the Discord, hit a like, drop a comment, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these 8, 9 lives and videos we do every single week. I'm going to leave y'all with the TV guide for the week, and have the most amazing night, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
No hold 'em. So lay your card down, 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 down. So pack your legs and throw your keys up. Go round, 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 round. And I'll be damned if I can't slow dance with you. Come pour some sugar on me, honey, too. It's a real live boogie and a real live hold down. Don't be a bitch, come take it to the floor now. Woo. One step to the right, we headed to the dive bar. We always thought was nice. Ooh, run me to the left and spin me